Okay, everyone. I would like to teach you about um, chapter 1 skill check quiz, the integrated review. You will see this as look like all the material from the correct algebra, but we need it in order to handle the main section in statistic class. So we still have to do this chapter 1 skill sequence. I will have 14 problems in my side, similar with yours. So I will just run over it and help you to have some idea to solve the problems in JAWS. Okay. All right. So this is first problem. Okay. We have we're looking for the variable name and quantities and in here we're talking about the height of a bookcase. So question say, which of the following would be the proper variable's name for the height of bookcase? So when I talk about the name, right, I will not talk about the number, right? It's not numerical data. It's just a categorical data. So since that, you should label is in a letter. So I will use H as the answer. And that's the reason why C in this case is my answer. Okay, so next one I'm saying choose two numbers that the variables of the height in inch can be represented, right? So we are looking for the number now, numerical data, right? But should be a good value, okay? So think about the first case that I have -81. There's no way we're going to choose this one, right? Because, well, negative is not a real number. It's going to be, there's no way you will have like a height of a bookcase with a negative number, right? Secondly, 10,100 something will not make sense. Will not make sense if you think about a bookcase that's too high. So that's the reason why we will have to choose 58 or 81 as the answer for this case. Okay. The next columns is talking about the case cannot represent. So I mean cannot represent for the height in inch. I will say 31,000. That is correct one, right? I mean that is the one that cannot represent. And pi 3.14 something is I mean, you know, it's too low. And I mean nobody gonna use a bookcase with only 3 inch, right? And I mean 3.14 inch in the pi. Well, so that's gonna be the two answer in this part, right? So let's move to the next question. And the next question say, let me represent the distance in feet, right? Distance in feet from the sea level, So you have to read carefully the question, right? So it's a average depth of the certain ocean is 13,909 feet below. See the word below there, right? Below the surface of the ocean, right? So I mean, I would like to use other color to make sure you guys watch out in here, right? Below the surface of the ocean. So that's because the word below, right? Below, right? So if you talk about the distance in feet from the sea level, you will have to have a negative 13 to the 909 because below the surface ocean. So that's going to be part number 2. In part number 3, we want to fill in the blank, right? So look at these number, right? They are all integer, right? Because -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3. You can keep going like with this pattern, like -4, -5, something like that. And the other hand side gonna be 4, 5, something like that. So that they are integer. So you have to type integer in here, right? Yeah. And keep in mind that during the quiz, I mean, if after the first submission, you can if you didn't have like a perfect score or a good score, you can redo it to get a better score for the quiz. Okay. Next. Oh, by the way, for let me review you guys as for the set of integer, right? We notate in correct algebra gonna be like all the numbers, such as like all the whole number that's in between negative and positive and equal 0, right? So like a negative 6, negative 5, right? And so on in the negative side, and you can just keep going to 0, 1, 2, and keep going 5, 6, and keep going something like that. And we're gonna have a natural numbers, right? A natural with notate by n, and it's gonna be just the number start from 1, 2, 3, and so on, right? You don't want to equal 0 and negative number in there. But in so come back with this one. We say like the set. The notation here, set of x so that x is a natural number, right? Between 6 and 15. So that's that's you will rise all the number but not include 6 and 15. So you're gonna have like 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and up to 14, right? Okay. So that's gonna be for this question. So I'm gonna move to the next. Okay. So in this question, we learn about round. Okay, rounding number. If they say they give news 9.2164, and want to ask you, hey, can you write this time to the nearest hundredth of an hour? So let me rewrite this bigger. 9.1 sorry, 9.2164, right? And you want to round to the nearest hundred. So nearest hundreds mean you will stop at the second digit here. Stop here, which is 100, right? If you say like 10, near the 10 of an hour, so then it's gonna be at the first digit here, right? So 10. So keep in mind that when you stop at the hundreds here, right, you will have to look as the one after it. So this is after it was 6. So if the next digit is greater than or equal to 5, then you round up. Okay, round up. So what that means, you have to round this. Oh, sorry. You round this number 1 to be 9.22. 9.22. Okay. So you're gonna say, oh, so when I will not round it up, for example, if 9.214, right, and so on, then you know that the next digit, the next digit right now I have is 4, which is less than 5. So you stick with 1. It does not affect, right? So then no round up. Okay, so you're gonna have 9.21. If in the case as 9.214 or less than that, okay. So that's the reason why in this case, because I have 6 there, I'm gonna have 9.22. That's the answer. Okay, so let's move to the next one. Write the percent as a decimal number. Okay, so I am having 1%, right? 1%. Keep in mind that if I say 1%, it's actually the same meaning as 1 divided by 100. Okay, it's the same meaning like that. And if you do 1 divided by 100 in the calculators, it's going to be 0.01. Okay. So basically, whenever they give you a percentage number and ask you to change it to be decimal number, you just divide by using decimal and divide by hundreds, right? So let's say I have 20%, and I want to convert it to the decimal. I'm gonna do 20 divided by 100, and I get 0.2 as the answer. So basically, if you use calculators, that's gonna be easy for you to handle that. All right. But yeah, let's say if you want to know if there is any way I can make the decimal easily, you can move the decimal to the left, to the left, like two-ness, seem like, let's say like 30%, right? So I'm gonna move so yeah, so you move 1, is going to here, right? And move 1 more, the period now going to be here. So you will have 0 point. Let me revise it here. You will have 0.3. Okay. So I mean, either way, that should be fine. I myself groups just suggest moving 2 units for the period there, but if you would like to use calculators, go ahead. All right, so let's move to the next problem. Okay, so we keep doing the same, right? I mean, if you want to go by my way, you can go like 6 here, right? You move 1, you move 2. So it was here. So I move 1 more, so I have to have 0.086. Okay. And again, you can also do by calculators. 8.6 by hundreds. Gonna be same. Okay. So let's move. Same thing. So I'm gonna just, oh wait, no, this one is different. So this is convert from decimal to percent. So just inverse way, I mean converse way, you do like 0.35, you multiply by hundreds, right? And then you're gonna get 35. And I mean, you need to have the percent in it. So it's actually like you multiply 100%. So use the calculators, you actually do 0.35 multiply 100 and you have 35%. Another way to go to convert from decimal to percent is like 0.35, you move to the right for the period here, 2 units, right? So you get like 35, and then you add percent here, right? So that's going to be it. Okay, so we move to the next one. All right, so they ask you to write the fraction as a percent. Okay, so let me teach you this in calculators. Let me clean this up. Right? So what you do is you're gonna do like 2 divided by 19, right? And then you have to you have it as the decimal number, and you multiply by hundreds to get the percent. So it's going to be 10.5 something percent, but they want you to round to the nearest 100. So then you stop at the second digit there, right? The second decimal there, right? So 6 affect this number 6 here, affect the 2 to make 53. So that's the reason why you have 10.53. Next. Okay, so I have a college student earn 3,000 per semester on her scholarship, and the budget is $360 per semester for text. What percent of her semester scholarship earning are spent on text? So in here they ask you what? They ask you about percent. Okay, so if they ask you a percent, later you have to multiply the answer in percent, in hundred, with hundreds to get the percent. So first they say her semester scholarship earning as spent on text. So the amount that she used for text will be $360 there, out of 3,000 because that's the amount she earned. So we're gonna do like 360 and divide by 3,000. Keep in mind that the questions will say what percent of her semester scholarship earning, right? So this one, this part over here, after the up will be the denominator, right? Total of the amount that her earning, and then will be spent on the text will be numerator, right? So that's the reason why I have denominator is 3,000, numerator is 360, and then what is that going to be? You have 360, and then you divide by 3,000. You get 0.12. Okay, like I say, since it's asked about percent, you have to multiply by 100. And you have 12%. Okay, so it's you're gonna get %12. That's the reason why I put out 12. Okay. So let's move to the next problem. Find the percentage of total calories from fat. So it asks you about percent of total calories from fat, right? So percent of totals, right? These totals will total calories gonna be the denom, right? And from fats here gonna be the numerator. Okay, so so that means the number of calorie from fat, right, divided by the number of totals, and you, because it asks you a percentage, so we have to multiply 100%. So that's, you have what, 20 divided by 50 and multiply by 100%. So that's, you will get, use a calculator, you will get 40%. The reason why we have 40% here. Okay, let's move. Okay, so in here they say this is a survey from 100 kids, right? From 100 kids, and for the favorite sport, and they ask you what percent prefer basketball. And it's actually, it's like in here you have like 12. I mean, sorry, basketball, with basketball here, 38, right? 38 kids like basketball, divided by how many kids that I did survey? Hundreds, right? So, and I multiply 100%, it's going to be 38%. 38%, okay? So that is the reason why you got 38% here. Okay. Next. So for the next one, what is 6.8% of 43? Okay, watch out this one. Okay, I mean, it's a 68% up 43. So actually, this up stand for multiplication, right? 68, sorry, 6.8%. You actually multiply by 43. So you will have to do you know that 6.8%, we actually 6.8 divided by 100, and then you have to convert that. So then you have to multiply by 43. All right. So then use the calculators and say 6.8 divided by 100, and then multiply by 43 and enter that. You got 2.924. That's the answer. So I have answer as 2.924, and I don't want to round because the question doesn't ask me to round anything. So I gotta move to the next one. Okay, the last column asks what they given. They're given 50,000 trucks in a country, and if we have like 34% of the total truck in the country are black, find the number of black truck. Okay, so we have totals 50,000. Right, and you know that's 34% of the total, right? 34% of totals, which is 50,000 there, right? Well, will be is the amount of black, right? So that's mean you're gonna do like 34%, and you multiply by 50,000. And you can do like, I mean, you can do like 34 divided by 100, multiply by 50,000. Because in here, they're asking you to find the number. They have to, you know, change the percent into the decimal number and then multiply by 50,000. And you will get 17,000, which is the number of, I mean, no, it's not going to be exactly that. Let's check with calculators. So 34 divided by 100 and then multiplied by 50,000. And I got, oh, exactly 17,000. Great. If you don't get, you don't get a good number there, they say that round to the nearest integer as needed. So let's say you have 17,000.1, you still have to round it to the integer, which is 17,000. Okay. All right. So so I finished chapter 1 skill check quiz. Hopefully you will have some idea to handle the own check quiz and skill check quiz and the skill review homework. Okay, and see you in the class. Okay.